Alright guys, today we're going to be exploding a gummy bear. We have potassium chlorate in here, and then first and foremost we're going to melt potassium chlorate. So, here we go. So we're going to turn it into a liquid, and then once it turns into a liquid, we'll go ahead and we'll drop the gummy bear in, and then we'll watch the reaction. It takes quite some time, dude. Into a liquid, so it's almost there. You can kind of see it coming along.
Almost there. It's kind of hard to see. Go ahead and I'll show it afterwards. We're super close.
So now it's all melted into a liquid. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drop the gummy bear in here, and then the glucose is going to react with the reaction in here, causing an exothermic combustion reaction. So here goes, here goes nothing. And as you can see, it's currently reacting. It's making that purple flame. Just like that. There we go. So today we're going to do a experiment called elephant's toothpaste. So what we're doing is we're taking this, which has hydrogen peroxide and soap. The soap is used to bubble the oxygen just so it could react. And then we also have the potassium iodide solution, in which we're going to pour it into here, and then it's going to create a nice and cool reaction. So the potassium iodide is just a catalyst, so it's not actually being broken down. Here goes nothing. So this is just going to speed up the reaction.
Oh yeah.
Oh my days. And there we go. I'm going to spin it so it doesn't go everywhere. Yay! Alrighty, hi guys. So today we're going to be making silver into gold. So what we already did was that we put the zinc with some hydroxide to make zinc hydroxide, and then we dropped the penny into the zinc hydroxide, which then released 2 electrons and then allowed it to turn silver. And then now our final step is turning this into a brass. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat the copper and the zinc together, nice and evenly on both sides, and then it should create a brassy color. And here goes nothing. So we want to make sure that it's not too hot, so we want to get like at the top of the flame. And here we go. As you can see, it's slowly turning. Make sure it's nice and even. We don't want to melt it because zinc melts pretty fast. And there we go, just like that. And it's super hot, so make sure to drop it into the water. Ding. Alrighty, hi guys. So today we're going to do the mirror experiment. So we're just going to essentially create a mirror. So first what we did was we created this reagent. So we added silver nitrate, and then we added 2 to 4 drops of ammonia, 50 molar ammonia, and then if there was a PPT that formed, then we would add more of the NaOH, but no PPT formed for this one, so we didn't have to add any additional NaOH. We also cleaned the test tube, so make sure your test tube is cleaned thoroughly. So this was cleaned with 16 molar nitric acid, so we just switched it around, and then we rinsed it with specifically DI water, and then we heated the test tube in itself. And then we also added 1 molar of dextrose, and then now we're going to pour it together, and then it should create like a mirror. So here we go. So we're going to pour it in, And we might need to heat it up since the test tube is a little bit cooled now. And it's creating an endothermic reaction right about now. So I'm gonna put the stopper back on. We're gonna swirl it a little bit. And we're just gonna heat it a little bit. And then this is an endothermic reaction, and since dextrose is also reducing sugar, I forgot to mention that it also needs an electron to form, so that's why it creates this. And then now we're just going to vortex it briefly, and there you go. So, to start, got some copper chloride. Okay, so we're just going to drop it on the tip right here. Get it nice and few drops. And then now we're just going to heat it. So, wow, that's crazy cool. Just like this. Now we got a red, right? So, here we go. Got a nice red going on. Perfect. Okay, gotta move on to our next color. Which one's this one? So now we're gonna move on to barium. Okay, and here comes the barium. Let's see what color we're gonna get. It's like a nice green. Wait, yeah. It's a nice green for that one.
What green? Yeah. You use this one, right? The firework one? The blinding one? The blinding one? Magnesium. Let's keep it rolling. We're doing the magnesium test now.
Okay. Here we go. And now we're going to be testing the potassium.
There we go.
Nice and light orange going on. Okay, move on to the next one. Okay, now we got copper. Okay, and here we go. It's a nice green. Perfect. Very nice. Unfortunately, we lost the recording for the magnesium test. But if we were to do the magnesium test, this is what the results would look like.